face emoji.
Monkey faces.
How you feel, Jay? Is this what he did to you, Jay?
Oh, yeah, go do it.
No king.
You won't be a big softie after I'm through with you, that's Shit. He is so freaking just.
Okay.
Guys, I think I finally found the AI from the circle. Max, is that you?
No. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you love this content, if you would please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It continues to inspire me to create. It continues to support the channel, and yeah, it just gets the videos more out there. It's been so great chatting with you guys, hanging out for this season of The Circle. Girl, I'm sorry that these videos are a little bit, are they late? I don't know. The episodes just dropped yesterday, but I'm sorry. The post-travel exhaustion literally hit me so bad yesterday. Like, I was literally asleep all day. I actually had every intention to watch the episode and record yesterday, but I was just so exhausted. I could not bring myself to like get up and get the camera out and record. Like, I don't know what happened, but I was really sleepy. And I'm not gonna lie, I still feel pretty sleepy today, but I'm like, okay. Yeah, so, and also if my shirt's wet, I just washed my hair and it's literally like wet, so whatever. Anywho, so that's just that. So I am going to go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and talk about The Circle. We're gonna have individual videos again. This one is going to be about episode 9, and then I'm recording episode 10 literally right after this. So y'all can talk about whatever one you want in the comments, because I watched them both, so. But you know, it would be nice if you guys keep episode 9 to this and episode 10 to the next one, just in case someone watching this one has not seen episode 10 yet. That would be good. So anyways, we start off episode 9 with who is being eliminated or blocked. Because if you remember, Kyle and Paul had this ultimatum where they either had to both choose to stay, both choose to sacrifice, or one stay, one sacrifice. So we get this, dun 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 dun, what's gonna happen, and...
Oh my God. No, he didn't. He didn't sacrifice.
Kyle locks in stay. Kyle's like, I can't go. I can't let my wife see me get out like this. He keeps talking about a family, so I don't know if he's like a breadwinner for like a lot of his other family. Because as far as I understand, he doesn't have any kids, if I'm correct. I don't know. But he locks in stay, and Paul decides to sacrifice himself. Paul Caress is like, look, I'm pretty sure that I was at the bottom and Kyle was at the top, and I feel like it's not really fair to take out Kyle when I was likely the one that was actually at the bottom. And I thought that was very like, I was actually shocked. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought they were both gonna choose stay and they were both gonna go home. So I was really shocked at that. But I did think it was very sweet of Paul Caress to do that for Kyle. Sorry, the air conditioner just made the door close. But yeah, so I thought that was very sweet of Paul Caress to do. So, they get to meet each other at this point.
Paul?
I am Paul. Yes, Paul is my younger brother.
You're Paul?
Yes, I'm Paul. Hi. Hi, Snooki.
And Paul beats Kyle, and Paul is in shock. Okay, Kyle is also in shock that Paul is a girl. Obviously, it's Caress, but he is very grateful. They do basically, though, discuss Lauren being that target. If you remember, the seeds have already been planted with them that they're not really the biggest fan of Lauren because she's sweet to people's faces. but she's mean to, kind of in the background, or she's a backstabber. So, Paul Caress again says, Lauren, you have to watch out for Lauren. And yeah, that is kind of their meeting. So at this point, Jordan is on the Miles hate train. Jordan wants to get Miles out, but he wants to do it through someone else. Basically, he wants to have someone else take the shot because Jordan has decided that Miles is his biggest threat. He has decided that Miles is running the game and that, everybody is just being misted by Miles, which maybe. So now, Paul's message.
Yeah, came up in the circle, asked my brother Paul, thought that we was about to go with balls to the wall. Brother said cuckoo, so I responded to the call, but all the ratings came, and all the ratings fall. Yo, but it's time for me to dip. To all my people in the circle, cheers, let's have a sip.
Not much to say on Paul's message, but I will say he did not reveal who his ride or die was, or she, Paul Caress, she did not reveal who her ride or die is, but just gave a lot of the typical fluff about watching out for people, etc., etc., etc. So at this point, Kyle decides he is not going to reveal that he met Paul Caress, but Jordan is a little iffy about Kyle's message in the circle chat. He's like, seems like kind of like you're overcompensating. Maybe you were the one that was her ride or die. So Big J also asks who came for her publicly. Because, he's and the thing about Big J, okay? The thing about Big J is that this man is always coming in asking for tea. And, I feel like any conversation that Big J is having, he's like, so what's the tea? Who should I watch out for? Who should we get out? He hasn't tried to make any connections with anyone, and I feel like that is really rubbing people kind of the wrong way, right? Because, I don't know, I feel like you can't stay asking for tea. It makes sense day one. It doesn't really make sense when you're like 3-4 days in the circle to be still just coming out the gate swinging, asking for tea without trying to make friendships with anyone. Because it's like, who does Big J even have a alliance with? Who is Big J even friends with? I feel like Big J has 0 friends, 0 alliances, 0 anything. So it was becoming too much. And even Kyle, I believe, pointed it out that he was like, this guy's always asking for tea, but he ain't got no connections with nobody. So Lauren says she and Paul had a wild journey, but it ended with lots of love. And Kyle is like, I can't stand Lauren. More and more and more and more lies every day. Kyle is really not having it with Lauren. And I have to say, I think Lauren is a very interesting player to me because I feel like I'm surprised Lauren hasn't gotten more heat, the entire game. I'm very surprised that Lauren's kind of been able to just slide under the radar. Even though she threw, and nobody obviously knows Autumn is her ride or die, but it's like, I don't know. Lauren's pretty ruthless. She was really quick to throw her ride or die under the bus. So Big J also discusses him having a negative light kind of thrown on him during the game as well. So Liv does try to apologize for that, saying that it wasn't personal. None of it was meant to hurt anybody for real. It's just a game. So Lauren apologizes to Autumn about calling her out during the game and claims that it was just her strategy in the game. And Autumn's like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, exactly. I'm like, maybe I'm just, but it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that you try to get out your ally. Because I don't care who your allies are. In the ride or die thing, your allies was your ride or die. So yeah, that made no sense to me either. So fake apologies in the circle chat. Okay, girl, that's what it is. Fake apologies. Everybody's fake apologizing to each other at this point because nobody wants to get the heat thrown on them. So Lauren and Autumn have a private chat.
Valid message. I don't know what I was thinking in strategy. I thought, honestly, because we had just talked, she would be the least insulted if I just put her in the negative spot. Message. Autumn girl, I'm so sorry. My head told me putting your name would insult you the least since we just had a great chat. I didn't think it would have a domino effect. I immediately regretted it and thought about it all day.
And Autumn does not mince words, which, thank you, Autumn. Don't mince no words, sis. She straight up asked what Lauren's strategy was in the circle scenarios for throwing her dirt on her name. And Lauren claims that the reason why she did it was because she would be the least insulted. Autumn would be the least insulted because they just spoke. Huh? I don't know. I'm starting not to like Lauren. If you guys remember, at the beginning, Lauren was one of my picks for the people that I was probably gonna like. I'm starting not to like Lauren. I'm starting not to like Lauren because I feel like Lauren doesn't really take a lot of accountability. I do agree that I think Lauren is pretty snaky and she doesn't really take much accountability for anything. So Autumn is like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that literally doesn't make sense. Did you not forget that you are like tied to me in this game? We are ride or dies. We are tied together. So Autumn still at this point does not believe that Lauren has her back, you know, even though Lauren's saying it was just this, we have each other's backs. And I wouldn't believe her either. Lauren is a backstabber who smiles. Like, I don't know. She's a backstabber with a smile on her face, in my opinion. So Lauren is so at this point though, Autumn throws out, oh, ride or dies for life, maybe, you know, she's like, you know, got your back, girl, ride or die for life. Lauren is apprehensive. She's like, I'm fine with being your ride or die now. I don't know about being your ride or die for life because I want my game to just be mine. I don't want to have to worry about making a mistake and then you're upset because it affected you. And I'm like, that's just an interesting strategy because I feel like everybody else in the game has tried to make alliances. I think literally every single other person, maybe except Liv, has an alliance at this point. So I think it's interesting that Lauren wants to have kind of this singular game where she's just doing her own thing. I think, you know, for what it's worth, I don't like Lauren, but it does seem like every single rating, I don't think Lauren has been below 4. I think 4 has been her lowest rating so far. So it seems to be working that she's not exactly on anyone's radar except Kyle. So I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. So she wants to prioritize her game rather than thinking of mistakes that she's made or have to answer for those mistakes. So that's their chat. Big J and Miles also have a chat.
Process this. I feel like he's being genuine. This is the thing. Miles has this mist about him. He just comes in like the good guy, yo, what's up? And that's why everyone is under his spell. But I have seen right through.
And child, Big J at this point, he's like, I want Miles out because I want Kyle and QT to myself, okay? They're my allies. So he at this point says that he thinks Miles just wants to be validated by others. And so he wants to try to be the one to validate Miles to kind of rope him in so he can stab him in the back. So now, Jordan actually reveals to Miles that QT is his ride or die. And Miles is like, yes, the 3 of us are in an alliance. And I'm like, Miles, do you really believe that? Or are you on to the fact that Big J is trying to get you out? Now, Miles thinks they're circle besties, apparently, and that's crazy to me that he's trying to stab him in the back. But you see, this is why I feel like it's so important to have alliances, because we'll see a little bit later, but it is very important to have alliances, because if you have alliances dabbled in a couple of different places, it's going to be very hard for people to want to get you out, you know, and it's not going to be easy, even when you may have somebody, because right now, Big J wants to get out Miles, but there is no real other person that he can really go hard on that with right now, I feel like. I feel like, sure, there are some people who may be skeptical, but some of the more powerful players that have more of the alliances want Miles in. I mean, QT is his biggest alliance member. QT is also close with Kyle. Kyle and Miles and QT have tres fuegos. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many different alliances where it's like, I feel like Big J doesn't have anybody right now, though. It's like Big J, I feel like, is kind of floating on his own. It's like, Big J, who's your alliance? You need to be trying to rein in Autumn or rein in Lauren or rein in like one of the people that's just kind of floating around and doesn't have anybody right now in order to actually execute that plan. So now QT and Olivia have a private chat. QT at this point wants to seem remorseful to Olivia about Cassie being blocked because he thought that she thinks that Cassie and Olivia were like closer. They were an alliance. So Liv, tells QT like, look, I still have your back. It's all good. Of course, Brandon, Olivia wants to seem very, still in QT's good graces. Like at this point, if you know what's good for you in the circle, I feel like you want to be on QT's good side because she is very powerful. She has a lot of allies. So QT says she thought that Liv was mad after the Cassie blocking, and Liv is like, oh no, I thought you didn't want to talk to me. So they realize like, okay, they had a little bit of an understanding. And at this point, Liv straight up asks QT, like, is this an alliance? Like, are we an alliance now? And QT's like, of course. Because like I said, look at QT. She is sitting pretty. She has alliances with everybody. Nobody immediately wants to get her out. So Liv at this point says she is nervous about Autumn, and QT reveals like Kyle is her circle brother. So they make an alliance, they're on good terms, and that's yet another alliance for QT, the Puppet Master. Now they have to play this game, naughty and nice, and everybody just has to vote who they think is the naughtiest or the nicest.
I cannot wait to meet Miles. Okay, cute. I like this Dwayne The Rock Johnson look.
Wow, I hope that's as nice as your photo, Lauren.
Player. So after this game's over, the player that was voted the nicest was Olivia, which obviously, she's a nurse, she's sweet. Everybody, Paul Koretz would talk a lot about how Olivia's too nice for the game, so that's not shocking. Lauren is voted the naughtiest after the game because of her picture. So Kyle, at this point, is planning to flirt with Olivia.
The picture of Kyle working out. Holy shit. He is so freaking jacked. Oh, take it away, Circle. Take it away. I don't need to see it anymore. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo. Kyle, thank you for your service. Message, Kyle! Exclamation point. Are you trying to raise this nurse's blood pressure? Question mark. The naughty photo was great.
But this photo definitely
that child, like I said, this would have never flown in my relationship. But Kyle's like, baby. Like he has a picture of his wife and he's like, baby, look, I know you gonna see this. And actually they did a little TikTok together because them two, Kyle and his wife, and then Miles, they all had a watch party. So I'll put the TikTok here. But it was pretty funny. He was like, baby, this is for the 100K. Okay, this is for the 100K. And he goes in and starts flirting with Olivia Brandon. So he starts off the conversation by saying, I haven't stopped thinking about you and the conversation we had prior. He, says he'll always be there for her. And then Olivia Brandon responds back and says, I wish you were here chilling in the hot tub. And then Kyle goes, I'm gonna send her a little pic. And he's like, oh, this is giving some bulge. I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm telling you, this would never, I could never. Okay, now Liv says his photo screams zaddy. I was like, oh. It's getting hot in the circle. Now, Brandon sends a pic of Olivia, the real Olivia, in the pink bikini and says, I'm wearing the same one right now. I was like, oh my God. Brandon goes, it's getting hot in the circle, boy. I don't know, y'all. That was so funny to me. So, we end our episode off with the ratings, and we learned that there will be one influencer, the person voted number 1, and then their ride or die will join them as a secret influencer. So that is our episode 9. Join me back here for episode 10, okay? Please, please, please. I mean, look, I've seen it all, but just for the kindness of others who maybe have not seen the next episode, please try to keep the spoilers to only, to 1 through 9. 1 through 9, okay? If you've seen 10 and more, please. And please don't spoil anything else, because I actually have only watched till episode 10 as of recording. But if you love this content, please support the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, okay? And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!